end the session today. So we basically covered the product part of it, right? But like I said, at the heart of marketing, it's consumer, right? Without understanding consumer, you cannot even talk about product itself. And consumers, we are generally consumers of different products and services. We are not very mysterious. We are not easy to understand, right? So we have a lot of biases, a lot of different features. So, but the question for us as a marketer, who should we reach and how can we convince them? How can we influence them, right? So I think that's the question to answer for us. So, and it's not that easy because most of the time we are talking about pricing and other parts because marketing actually is coming from economics, right? Marketing was not the subject area like until the last 60, 70 years because it was part of economics, right? Because product is falling under economics terminology, right? So in the modern economy in general, pricing, same, like profit margins and everything, and advertising, it was a cost. And then after like so many years, they said that actually it is also close to psychology, and a new subject area was born as a marketing like 60, 70 years ago, let's see. But what is wrong, actually nothing wrong with modern economics, but what actually caused the people to think of it differently and then find something else to explain human behavior, actually consumer behavior or their purchase behavior. Because if you look at one of the first books, or for some, Adam Smith is the father of modern economy, and his book, The Wealth of Nations, is the starting point of modern economy, right? Adam Smith is the Scottish economist at the time, of course, when he was writing the book, he wasn't thinking of starting the modern economy, but I think early 20th century, there was a consortium at London School of Economics, and they said that there are a lot of books written about economics, let's put them in perspective and let's create like a structured subject area, and that's why they decided that let's start with Adam Smith's Wealth of Nations. So why we are interested in this one, because in the book, he starts with a really big assumption, a major assumption. And he says, people have rational preferences. This is important. So he claims that people are rational, and among outcomes that can be identified and associated with a value to maximize utility. So if you have taken any economics course, microeconomics, etc., you would probably hear a lot of utility maximization, right? So maximizing utility. It basically says people are rational in their decisions and then try to maximize the benefits they get from their product or services. We can all agree, right? So it's very logical. That's why, so this book is really important, a cornerstone of economics. But after years and years of research, especially from psychology side, they actually find out that, no, actually people are not rational most of the time. But still this rational consumer behavior or purchase behavior has its place in marketing or in, again, the consumer behavior as well. So it's a 5-step process. They said, if you like to buy something, you first need to have this like recognition, need recognition. You need to identify something that you need or you want, right? And then you start searching for it, try to find information, how you can fulfill this need or want, and you have some alternatives to evaluate. There are like some, of course, limitation around it we will cover, and based on those alternatives, you pick one and buy it. And if you are happy with your experience after post-purchase evaluation, you either go back to buy it again, repurchase behavior, or you go even further back and then look at the other alternatives because you weren't happy with this choice. All right? So, and again, that's really logical, that makes sense. All right? But let's look at this example. So I'm going to come back to this afterwards. Let's look at this example. Let's say you are in the market for a washing machine, okay? And you narrow it down to 2 options. This is the same exact same brand, and everything is same. Right? Even though one's color is a bit different, believe me, they are exactly the same. Okay, the features and everything, capacity. There is only one difference, of course, as you can see. One is A++, energy efficiency class. The other one is energy efficiency class B. How's the price difference? So my question, which one would you buy and why? Yeah, Laura?
I would buy the one on the left
Why?
because of the energy efficiency.
And you expect to have some,
So returns on
yeah,
that
returns in the long
for
run.
the price.
All right. Anyone who disagrees with Laura?
I would buy the other one, the 750. I don't think like the differential of the returns would be 250 pounds, you know, in the life cycle of my washing machine.
Oh.
So I would buy that one.
I'm glad we have two different opinions here. So, okay, who agrees with Laura by kind of?
Well, I would also say the way it looks as well. Sorry.
Okay. So exactly the same. Don't think of the
It
look.
looks different from.
I know, but believe me, they are the same. There is no trick in that. Okay, who agrees with Pablo?
I do, but I'd feel guilty about it for about 25 seconds.
Cool. Okay. Really good point. But do you think that either of you made a rational decision?
I think he did probably for the cost, but not for like environmental whatever.
But let me ask the question the other way. So what would be the rational decision to decide on which one to buy?
The rating.
B. B would be the rational decision.
But how do you get that? So what should we do to understand that one is actually more rational choice?
Research.
You'd have to do the maths behind the per wash, how much do you save your energy bill times the number.
Exactly. So
Your excuse is points out a different side of it, though. From an environmental impact perspective, because it depends on where you're weighting your.
we are going to come to that. No, we are going to come to that. Normally, from your individual point of view, from the economics point of view, right? So because economics look at this and say that you need to maximize utility, from individual point of view, if you are concerned with the price and energy efficiency level, what you need to do, you need to actually, I don't want to actually draw anything, but you need to know what is the life, like expected life, product life or duration for this. Is it 5 years or 10 years, right? We don't know exactly. But in general, let's assume it is 5 years because after 5 years, maybe like there will be new technology and you like to change it. And the next thing that we need to know, how many times we will use this washing machine. So if you are living alone, maybe you are gonna like use it once a week, right? And 4 times a month, and let's say 50 times a year, right? In general. So to make like a rough calculation. So 5 years, 50 times, we have 250 times of usage. And the next thing that we need to know, it's gonna get harder here, we need to know the price difference every time I use A over B. And you need to know the cost of electricity consumed by each time you use this, and the minus the difference from the B, right? So you need to know how much you actually pay if you buy B. So that is, and from the economics point of view, a rational approach, right? To do the calculation. But what is the problem here? We don't know anything about this. We just make so many assumptions, and we really don't know all the answers for this. Like, how many years you are going to use it, how many times you are going to use it, what is the cost difference, etc. And let's make it more realistic. In a real life case, you have so many brands, and under every brand you have so many different products, and they have so many different features. So again, we have a bigger issue. We don't have time. Even if you like to be rational, even if you have an Excel document and put each product and their cost and everything, you spend so much time on it, Wesley, we cannot be fully rational, right? So because we don't have enough time and we cannot get the right information for each product. And we are talking about washing machine, right? So it's not so a big product as well. That's why psychologists say that, no, people cannot be rational. They can only be bounded rational. Right? Because they cannot reach out to the right information and they don't have enough time to evaluate all of those information. And Herbert Simon said this in 1955. Said that rationality is bounded because there are limits to our thinking, capacity, information, and time.